everybody. I'm so excited that you are here today for the Unstoppable You Summit with all these other amazing women speakers helping you learn that you can rise, lead, and thrive. I'm Erica Elliott. I help people clear the mess to discover their masterpiece. Did you know you're already a masterpiece? I love telling people that because it's so true. God created you amazing, wonderful, exactly how you were supposed to be. Unfortunately, we all go through things in life that sometimes blocks us from remembering the masterpiece that we are. And so today, I want to teach you a tool of how to energetically elevate for peak performance. How would that be? So I want you to just get into a state for a second and close your eyes. And I want you to be in the most peaceful, positive place that you've ever been. It might be by the ocean. It might be in the mountains. It might be in the woods. Maybe you have a sanctuary you created yourself and you just love being there. Maybe it's among animals. Maybe it's in grandma's house. Maybe it's at a church building. Whatever feels good for you, just be there. And I want you to just sink into that feeling for a moment of being there. Notice the sights, notice the sounds, notice the smells. Feels so good to be there. Now I want you to notice how you feel in that place and space, and we're going to add another level of energetic elevation. So I want you to now bring in your higher power in that place. Notice that feeling of your higher power being there and supporting you. Bring in animals if you like. Maybe you have a dog or a cat or an animal that just makes you feel positive when you see that animal or around that animal. Notice that energy filling up a little more. Notice feeling sunshine shining right in on you right now in that place and space, as if the divine were to say to you, you are loved, you are enough, you are worthy. Notice how that feels. Then I want you to take a second to feel into the place and space where you put your hands on your hips. Your feet are a foot apart. Let your spine straighten up, your head straighten up. Notice that feeling like Superwoman. Feel into that place and space. Notice even more energy pouring into you at this time and place, raising that energetic level. And now I want you to say, I am positive, confident, loving, and strong. I am positive, confident, loving, and strong. God created me to be positive, confident, loving, and strong. I want you to feel into that. Notice that energy, feel into that energy. And I want you to take that energy and then move it into the place in the space where you need to do whatever it is you need to do for your career. Maybe it's speaking. Maybe it's handling a business situation. Maybe it's talking to your mate about somebody or something. Maybe it's talking to someone else about something important. Maybe it's in getting more clients. Allow yourself to feel into that feeling of being energetically elevated and put that feeling into that action. See yourself doing that action with that feeling and notice how wonderful that feels. And then do that thing. See yourself create it. See yourself be in it. See yourself feel it. See it successful. And then I want you to just do cartwheels and see yourself cheerleading yourself on, going, yes, you did it. I knew you had it all within you. Oh, how great that feels. Sinking into that feeling, noticing that feeling. Noticing that as you do this, that you create this place and space that you can go back to over and over again and put that energy into anything that you need to do, whether that's cleaning the house or getting the next task done for your business. Maybe it is speaking, maybe it's writing a book, maybe it is being in a conference meeting with your boss. Whatever that is that you know that you need and want and desire to do better in, check in, notice how you're feeling. If you're feeling off, raise that energetic elevation to the next level, and then see yourself doing that with these tools and see what happens. If you're looking for somebody to help you walk through and work through cleaning out the mess and helping you to recreate your mind for success, I would love to work with you. I help people develop individual plans specifically for them with meditations and clearing activities that will help clear up the mess so that you discover the masterpiece that you already are and you sink into that. Be blessed and be a blessing.
Have you ever woken up feeling more exhausted than when you went to bed? Like no matter how much you sleep, drink coffee, or try to push through, your energy is just gone. If you've ever asked yourself, why am I so tired all the time? You are not alone. I was there too. As someone living with rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia, I know what it's like to feel trapped in exhaustion. I spent years waking up drained, fighting to get through my day, and wondering if I'd ever feel like me again. And here's what I discovered. I wasn't just tired, I was energy depleted. And if you feel like your energy is constantly running on empty, I want you to ask yourself, am I sleeping enough, but still waking up exhausted? Do I rely on caffeine just to function? Am I constantly stressed, overwhelmed, and mentally drained? Because here's the truth. Your energy is not just about sleep. It's about how you fuel, protect, and generate it. Hi, I'm Sonia McDonald. I'm a board-certified transformational life coach, a registered nurse, an international best-selling author, and a speaker. And today, I'm here to help you take back your energy so you can stop barely surviving and start truly thriving. Because energy isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. As a nurse for 30 years and a life coach, I've worked with countless people. And let me tell you something. Fatigue isn't just about sleep. It's about energy production. Think of your body like a little power plant. It doesn't just have energy, it creates it through tiny powerhouses in your cells called mitochondria. But most of us are treating our bodies like a cell phone that's constantly on low battery mode, running all day, barely recharging, and expecting it to keep going without ever plugging it in. So if you're feeling drained, let's look at what's actually zapping your energy every day. Not getting enough sleep. Your body produces energy at night, and studies show that getting less than 6 hours of sleep can reduce your ATP, your body's energy currency, by 30%, meaning your cells wake up exhausted as you do. If you're not hydrating properly, a 1% drop in hydration can lead to brain fog, sluggishness, and a slower metabolism because water carries oxygen to your cells, and without it, they can't function at their best. If you're eating processed, nutrient-poor foods, your mitochondria, the little energy factories of your body, they depend on whole, real foods to function. When you're feeding your body sugar, processed foods, and artificial ingredients, it slows you down and makes it harder for your body to produce energy. So what is the fix, I ask you? Prioritize your sleep like it's your paycheck. If you wouldn't accept half your paycheck, don't settle for half restored energy. Your body repairs and recharges overnight. And without good sleep, no amount of coffee is going to save you. Eat for energy, not for exhaustion. Fuel your body with whole nutrient foods like green nuts, avocados, salmon, lemon water, fruits, because what you eat is either feeding your energy or it's draining it. I want you to hydrate like your energy depends on it, because it does. If you're running on caffeine all day but forgetting to drink water, your body is basically trying to run a marathon without any fuel. Start with a glass of water and a squeeze of lemon in the morning to flush out the toxins that slow you down. And here's something that most people don't realize. Movement. It doesn't use up your energy, it creates it. Think about those kids. Why do they have so much energy? Because they're constantly moving. As adults, we sit a lot of the day. Our circulation is slow. And we wonder why we feel sluggish. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of movement can completely reset your energy levels. I bounce on a little rebound or a mini trampoline. A couple minutes in the morning, it'll wake up your lymphatic system, improve your circulation, inflammation, shakes off that heavy, tired feeling in your body. You can do a few jumping jacks or even a brisk walk to flood your body with oxygen and naturally boost your energy levels. This isn't about exhausting yourself with a workout. It's about activating your body. And when I started making these small changes, my energy completely transformed. It was like going from dial-up internet to high-speed Wi-Fi. Now let's talk about what's stealing your energy. And no, I'm not just talking about those toxic people, though we all know we might know somebody like that. But your energy is being drained by saying yes to things you should say no to, like living in a fight or flight mode 24/7, having that mental clutter, worrying about things that you just can't control. Did you know that a single stressful thought can increase your cortisol by 23%? Your brain does not know the difference between real danger of like a fire and you stressing about an email that you haven't answered yet. So here's what I did to stop leaking the energy. I set boundaries like my life depended on it, because it did. If it drains me, I don't engage. Simple. I started my mornings with peace and prayer. Studies show prayer and meditation activate your parasympathetic nervous system, shifting you from that stress mode to a healing mode. I protected my peace like it was my full-time job. When I did this, my energy skyrocketed. My brain was clearer, my body was lighter, and I felt like me again. So let me ask you, are you tired of waking up exhausted? Are you ready to stop running on fumes and actually feel alive again? Are you done surviving and ready to start thriving? If you're ready to 10x your energy, double your peace, and become stress-free, I want you to go to my website, www.soniamcdonald.com, and book a call with me. And let's create this energy shift that can change everything in your life. Also be on my lookout for my upcoming book, Unshakable, Unlocking Your Blueprint to Living Well Despite Limitations. That'll be coming out this summer. It's going to be packed with powerful strategies, mindset shifts, and real-life transformations to help you reclaim your energy and live well, no matter what challenges come your way. Because the best version of you, she is waiting and she is ready for you to step into her. When you elevate your energy, you elevate your health, you elevate your mind, you elevate your confidence, and you elevate your entire life. And here's the best part. You get to control it. Energy isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. So go create it, own it, protect it, and elevate it. Because your next level, it starts now. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful day.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tamika Johnson, and I am the owner of Grow Up Empowerment Life Coaching. I want to welcome you all to the Unstoppable You Virtual Summit. Today, I will be discussing the topic personal growth and mindset. I will be discussing the importance of getting to know your mind and how you think. I will also be discussing the importance of eradicating negative thinking to receive positive outcomes, and also the importance of maintaining a growth mindset. All right, so today, in order to become the best version of yourself, you must first learn to love yourself by getting to know your mind and the way you think. You may be wondering, how do I learn to love myself? First, identify how you speak to yourself and what you think about yourself when you're not at your best. Do you speak negative about yourself when you're not at your best? Do you demean yourself, or do you encourage yourself when you're not operating at your best? Begin to think about what you are thinking about. It is so important for you to begin to think about what you are thinking about. And that process is called metacognition. It's very important for you to learn your thought process. Learn the condition of your mind. Have a growth mindset. Train yourself to have a growth mindset and not a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is a mindset that is determined to get it right and it is positive. A fixed mindset is negative. It's a negative mind and all it sees is the negative in things. A fixed mindset is also a defeated mind. It's a mindset that sees everything from a negative eye. A growth mindset sees everything from a positive eye. Even in negative situation, a growth mindset says it will all be well. It takes time to practice. You have to practice to have a growth mindset. It's something that will be a continual process. You will have to constantly keep practicing on having a growth mindset. But the important thing I want you to take away from this is think about what you are thinking about. How do you think about what you're thinking about? Begin to journal. Journaling is the best way for you to be able to identify the condition of your mind. When you begin to journal, you begin to reflect on your own thoughts. It's putting your thoughts on paper. After you begin to put your thoughts on paper, you can also begin to reflect on the things that you've written. It is so important for you to understand the condition of your mind. I am a firm believer that your mind is the steering wheel to your life, and your life goes in the very direction in which your mind steers it. So if you have a negative mindset, you will have a negative life. If you learn to have a positive mindset, then you will have a positive life. Does that mean that everything in your life will go well and that everything will be positive? No, it doesn't. But what it does mean is you will not live in defeat. You will keep striving no matter how difficult life becomes. You will continue to thrive and strive for perfection and excellence. And I am a firm believer that as you begin to think positive, you will then begin to see positive outcomes in your life. So it's very important to begin to think about what you are thinking about. Personal growth and your mindset go hand in hand. It is impossible for you to live a successful life with a negative mind. So I'm going to say, if you want to grow in business, you want to lead with confidence, you want to embrace personal transformation, begin to practice thinking positive. Even in negative situations, begin to practice thinking positive. Have a positive and a growth mindset. With that being said, I want to challenge you all to take my 21-day journey to eradicating negative thinking to receive a positive outcome by purchasing my book, Grow Up on Purpose. Grow Up on Purpose is a 21-day journey to eradicating negative thinking, and you are guaranteed to live a successful life. You are guaranteed to have better relationships. You are guaranteed to see positive outcomes when you learn to grow up on purpose. That means being intentional about what's going on in your mind. Be intentional about removing the distractions from your mind. Be intentional about having a growth mindset. Be intentional about setting and executing goals. So on today, I want you to take away from this session. I want you to take away the importance of thinking about what you are thinking about, journaling, reflecting, and then doing the work necessary to receive positive outcomes. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the summit. Again, I am Dr. Tamika Johnson.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm a high performance coach, and I train powerhouse women like you and turn them into strong minds and body. And if you know me, you know I'm all about lighting you up. And if you don't, welcome to my world where I'm all about igniting your fire. And I want to express my gratitude for being part of this incredible Women's Unstoppable Summit. Every dream is meant for you. You wouldn't feel the pull if it wasn't possible. But the real question is, are you fueling yourself to rise to that next level? Because here's the truth. Your body is your business. It is your foundation for success. Yet so many powerhouse women are pushing harder, doing more, running on stress, sheer willpower, and adrenaline, and they are in overdraft mode. Sound familiar? Your energy is your most valuable currency, but stress, it is actually robbing you blind. When you are stuck in survival mode, your body isn't thriving. It is fighting. And it drains your hormones. It wreaks havoc on your metabolism, and it keeps you exhausted no matter how much you do. How do I know this? Because I lived it. And it hit me hard and fast, especially after my back injury after a car accident. I was fighting my body instead of fueling it. And by fueling it, I mean the thoughts that I was thinking and the food that I was eating, right? And so I thought that pushing through was the answer, but it actually was keeping me stuck. And what I was focusing on was keeping me stuck. And the moment that I flipped my mindset and tuned to my body's needs, things started to shift little by little. Miraculously, I fully healed my back and my body from the inside out. And that's when I discovered my Ignite method. And this is what I coach powerhouse women on today: how to stop running on fumes and start fueling the energy, clarity, and confidence that drives their success. And today I'm giving you 3 powerhouse moves to do exactly that. So powerhouse move number 1, align with your body's needs. Your body is always speaking to you, but are you listening? I ignored the signs for years: exhaustion, brain fog, feeling stuck. I thought that I needed to push harder, but real power comes from alignment, not force. Instead of forcing workouts or following a plan that drains you, ask yourself, what does my body need today? What's my body trying to tell me? Maybe it's movement, maybe it's rest, maybe it's breath work or hydration or just slowing down. Success starts from the inside out. Power move number 2, flip the mindset. Shift to get results. For years, I was focusing on what was wrong. My pain, my frustration, my anger, my limitations. And what you focus on expands. And the moment I started seeing myself as strong, resilient, capable, it accelerated my healing. Your beliefs shape your reality. So ask yourself, what stories am I telling myself every day? If it's exhausted, I'm exhausted, I don't have time, I don't have the resources, that is exactly what's going to show up. And the moment that you shift to, I am powerful, my body is my greatest asset, I fuel myself for success. Feel a difference? Everything changes. Power move number 3. Energy and recovery are non-negotiable. Ladies, self-care is not a luxury. It's a leadership strategy. And if you're over 40, let's be real, hormones are at play. So we must shift from pushing through to supporting ourselves physically and mentally, because health is truly wealth. When you reclaim your energy, you become more productive, you become more powerful, you become more magnetic and more energetic. And your frequency, your high vibe grows, your business grows, your relationship thrives, and your purpose expands. So I invite you, you are here to rise, to elevate to your next level, but it starts with fueling your foundation of you. So I challenge you right now. What's one shift that you can make today with your body instead of fighting against it? You want to partner with it. I want you to drop it in the comments or reply, reach out to me directly. I would love to hear you, and I want to support you to getting you through to your next breakthrough. Let's ignite your fire, elevate your energy, and unleash you to your next level, because the world needs you at your fullest power. You got this.
Hi there. My name is Jennifer Perry, and thank you for spending a little bit of time with me today. I want to share a little bit of my story with you. I have been through a lot of things in my life, but I really want to focus in on the past few years and how I went from being paralyzed to empowered and turning my mess into my message. I'm the CEO of Shira Life and Empowerment Coaching. I'm married to my best friend. I'm the mom of 3 amazing sons. I have 2 adorable dogs. I'm an award-winning documentary filmmaker, and I have been a part of 5 collaborative books, all bestsellers. One with Dick Vitale and one recently released with Lisa Nichols. I have so many things to be thankful for in my life. I also want to talk to you about the pauses that we face and the power in the pause in our lives. Pausing allows us to step back and reflect on our experiences and our emotions. It gives us the opportunity to gain clarity and insight into our lives, helping us understand our values, our goals, and our priorities better. But just as there's a power in a pause, there's also a power in a pivot. The process of pivoting builds a resilience by forcing you to confront uncertainties and learn from setbacks. And by pivoting, you can reclaim control over your life and your destiny. And you have the power to shape your future regardless of your circumstances. Let me share with you how powerful a pivot was in my life just a short time ago. I want to talk to you for a minute about Guillain-Barré syndrome. You may have never heard of it. I had never heard of it until it actually happened to me. In 2021, 3 days before Christmas, I started not feeling well. And within 3 days, I was paralyzed from the shoulders down. Here's me in this picture here where the paralysis had actually gone into my face, and I was hours away from ending up on a ventilator. My Guillain-Barré syndrome was caused by my COVID vaccines, and I was facing a period of my life that had tremendous uncertainty. I was in the hospital for 30 days. I received a gift in the mail that came, and on it, it said, "You were assigned this mountain to show others it can be moved." And I spent a lot of time thinking about that, because while I was laying there paralyzed, wondering how I was going to move forward in my life, in my business, as a mom, as a wife, as a coach, I thought, why me? And over the next few days, I turned that why me into, now what? How can I do this? You're right. I was assigned this mountain. I had spent my lifetime showing people that they could transform their lives. What was I going to do now? And what I did was I went home in a wheelchair, told that I wasn't going to walk for at least a year. Within 56 days, how to take my first steps. And then I continued to move forward and to blow the mind of every therapist who worked with me, every doctor that I saw, every single person who told me that I wasn't going to walk for at least a year. Now, what would have happened if I would have believed them? There's some incredible lessons I learned along the way that I want to share with you, just in case you're facing something right now. Maybe you're caught up in a pause in your life, or maybe you just made a pivot and you don't know what to do from here. Well, keep your eyes open to these lessons. Being vulnerable is okay. Not having all the answers right now in your life is fine. That's okay. Find gratitude in the challenges. Look for things that you can be grateful for. I was 50 years old when this happened to me. I had to learn how to walk again, use my hands, drive, dress myself, feed myself, do all of those things at 50 years old. I learned to find gratitude in the things that were challenging me. I learned to be grateful every time I could pick up a toothbrush and brush my teeth, every time I could put my sock on without help, every time I could go to the bathroom without anybody needing to help me. I became grateful for even the smallest of things, and I allowed other people to help me. My husband had to take 100% care of me. And at first, I felt like a burden, but I learned I was giving him the gift of loving me and visually showing that he loved me. Find opportunities in the obstacles. I learned that there were tremendous opportunities that came along with what happened to me. It opened up a whole new world of people that I needed to help, to encourage, to support, to be there for, no matter what you're facing right now. If you're starting a new business, if you're navigating a divorce, if you're a single mom trying to sort things out, everything that is going on in your life right now, seeking a lesson that you can use as a stepping stone to go to the next level of your life. Your trials become your triumphs. Your mess becomes your message. You go from being a victim of your circumstances to a victory in your life. And the only limit you have is you. The only limit I had was me. And I trust the next chapter of my life because I know the author. And you are the Shiro in your life. You are the only person who is allowed to write your story. I would love to connect with you. Go to my website, jenniferperry.com. Follow me on Instagram at jenniferperry.official. I try to go on and provide empowerment every single day. Email me for more information. If you're interested in joining my new membership community, the Rise and Thrive Society, it's full of bold women with big dreams, building boundless success. Thank you for spending this time with me today.
Hello, I am Dorothee Philipp and I am originally from Germany, but I live in France, from where I work internationally as a life coach, a healer, and a mentor in intuition. To be unstoppable, we must be physically, emotionally, and energetically at our best. We have our ups and downs, however, and this is why I would like to share with you a very ancient and powerful technique which I teach my clients. All ancient healing traditions speak of a force which animates all living beings and organisms. This force is referred to as life force or life energy. The force of life is flowing through your body, your meridians, your chakras, and the electromagnetic field which produces your heart. And it's also contained in the space around you. Researchers scaled people while they were practicing this technique together with Dr. Joe Dispenza, an American neuroscientist, and the results were very profound. After 4 days of practicing, it could be stated that the left and right brain, as well as the left and right chambers of the heart, were balanced. Their heart and brain were in sync, and their chakras were aligned. People felt less stressed, had more energy, and slept better. And on the long term, research could state better health, more joy, better relationships, and more success. So, are you ready to learn more? If yes, let me quickly guide you through the process. For this, please sit comfortably. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Now, put your attention below your feet into the earth to ground yourself. Go deeper and deeper until you come to an energizing source. Let the energy of this source invade you and fill you. Now, put your attention all the way up above your head to connect to the sun and the universe. Feel the energy here and become one with it. From here, please put your attention into your brain, and from there into the space around you at the level of your brain. Now feel how still and calm it is here. Stay in the space around you until you feel that your brain goes into sync. From here, please put your attention into your heart. And from there into the space around you at the level of your heart. Feel the rhythm. Feel how calm it is here. Is there anything else you feel? Love? Joy? Stay in the space around you until your heart feels calm and better. Now, move your attention all the way down your spine into your sacrum and the root chakra. From there, expand your consciousness into the space around you. Relax and breathe. Now, move your attention into your lower abdomen and into your sacral chakra. Expand your consciousness into the space around you at the level of your lower abdomen and feel the energy. Become one with it. Now move upwards into your solar plexus, which is a little above or below your navel. Find the spot and put your hand there. This is your hara, your center. Putting your hand here will always center you. Now expand your consciousness into the space around you. Breathe deeply and relax. Become one with the energy around you. Now put your attention into your sternum and from there into the space around you. Feel the energy and become one with it. Slowly move to your heart chakra now and expand your consciousness at this level. What do you feel now? From here, move slowly into the chakra of your thymus. This is a place where a lot of us feel tension or pain. Put your attention now into the space around you. Relax and breathe. Become one with the energy around you. Now move up to your throat chakra to expand your consciousness into the space around you at the level of your throat. Stay there until you feel that you can move on. From here, put your attention on your third eye chakra, which is between your eyes, and from there into the space around you at the level of your eyes. Do you feel the calm, the stillness? Is there anything else you feel? Now go above your head into your crown chakra. Expand your consciousness for a last time and slowly open your eyes. As we had not much time together, I only guided you very quickly through this process. So please, when you do it on your own, just take the time you need until you feel better and calm and really in the energy of your energy centers. Make sure to do the whole process 4 days in a row to really benefit from the proven outcomes. And if you feel stressed or nervous and lacking time, just connect with the space around you at the level of your brain or your heart. In case you need further help, a reading, coaching, or healing, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm here for you. Thank you.
We all know that life can present us with many opportunities to grow. But if you have a business or you're thinking about starting one, it will propel your personal growth to a whole other level. Hello, I'm Loretta Langell, a professional certified coach and founder of True Healing Ocean Retreat on the beautiful Vancouver Island in Canada. Today, I'm going to delve into how your business can become a container for your growth and how your personal growth can positively impact your business. As a business owner, you learn the how-tos of operating a business, but you also are often stretched out of your comfort zone. It can be a real ride, meeting your inner critics, learning to navigate through the fear of failure and all the other inner voices in your head that basically say you suck, which can get particularly loud when your business is slow or challenging. So why does personal growth matter when it comes to business success? Well, you'll find at times that you might actually stand in your way. For instance, the fear of being seen might make it hard for you to put yourself out on social media or get up on a stage and share or talk about your business at networking groups. This inner work starts by first recognizing these self-sabotaging patterns and then shifting them either by yourself or with a coach like me who can help you reframe your thinking and expand your comfort zone. By facing your fears, you build courage and you discover that you're capable of so much more than you ever thought possible. As an entrepreneur myself, I've moved through many limiting beliefs and fears. For instance, have you ever experienced the fear of success like I have? I know it sounds so weird, but it can be a really big stopper for many people. I get stuck around thoughts like, if my business takes off, how will I have the time to still do everything that I do and care for my family? What if I burn out again? Or have you ever had the fear of failure try to hold you back? This one is one of the most common fears out there. I'd have thoughts like, what if I lose all of my money? What if I waste years and never really succeed? Many of these thoughts and fears are driven by some underlying extreme thinking. It's all or nothing. It's doom and gloom. It's either or. But most of this is very extreme, and we know that is pretty unlikely, and yet it can still have quite a strong hold on us. The truth, though, is that these fears are often coming from a part of us that are just trying to keep us safe. They just get blown out of proportion. And unfortunately, they can really hinder our business, especially when it stops us from taking the necessary actions we need to grow our business, such as public speaking. I used to have thoughts like, I'm too shy to get up on stage. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. What if I say the wrong thing? What if I forget what I'm going to say? Have you ever had any of these fears or other stinking thinking thoughts prevent you from growing or even starting a business in the first place? I have faced many of these fears, luckily, with the support of many other professional coaches, and I have released or at least lessened the grip of some of these fears and thoughts during my entrepreneurial journey. And I continue to do this inner work because evolving never really ends, and as my business grows, it's calling on more of me to show up. You might have also noticed that the more you push yourself towards your bigger dreams and goals, that more of these critical thoughts, fears, and anxieties come up. But don't let the fears stop you. Lean in. Your triggers can reveal a hidden treasure when you move through the core of these limiting beliefs with the right support. And through this process, you discover how powerful you actually are and no longer victim to your inner limits, rather the creator of your own destiny and becoming a source of inspiration for others to do the same. When we do this work to heal our inner world, we also enable us to better serve our customers. So let me explain or give some examples of what I mean. When you lessen the grip of the fear of being seen, for example, and you stretch yourself out of your comfort zone and put yourself out there, you're giving the opportunity to your clients or new clients to arrive into your business because they didn't know you exist, and now they get to experience your service or whatever you offer. And that only happens if you put yourself out there, and that really becomes a win-win for you personally, and your business has a chance to grow, and the clients get what they need. Some other examples in entrepreneurship might be a massage therapist who develops a practice to meditate will not only feel calmer for themselves, but they create a space that's more relaxing for their clients. That's certainly a win-win. Nobody wants a stressed out massage. Or an actress who moves through her insecurities and self-doubt might be able to star in a film where she portrays a character that her audience can relate with and feel inspired by. Or consider a financial advisor who works through their own limiting beliefs around money. They might be able to spot these beliefs in their clients and develop a more empathetic approach to supporting their clients to feel more confident about their own finances. So take a moment to reflect on all the ways that you've already grown and how it's supported you personally, your business, and your clients. And then I want you to take another moment and think about what you need to help you break through your own barriers now to reach these business goals that you have for the here and now and for your future. Is it maybe taking small, consistent steps? Is it working with a coach like me? I invite you, if you feel drawn, to connect with me for a free coaching consultation. That way we can explore what your dreams and goals are. I wish you much success in your business, in your life, and gentle growth as you expand your comfort zone.
An EWG study showed that women in the US, on average, applies 168 different chemicals on their bodies before they even leave the door for work or wherever they need to go. This is such a high toxic burden. My name is Fatima. I'm a low tox lifestyle mentor, integrative health practitioner, and mineral balancing practitioner. Today, I'm going to talk to you about toxins and its impact on our health as women and how it's impacting our daily lives. I was able to get rid or stop taking antidepressants, anti-anxiety, and sleeping pills simply by cleaning up my lifestyle. And I was really amazed by that impact of just lowering my toxic burden and how it improved my health greatly. Now, I'm 40, I'm about to turn 41, and I'm about to have my 5th baby. And I have never felt as great, as healthier. I've never felt more energy than I ever had since when I was in my 20s. Now, let's talk about toxins and why we are bombarded with it every single day, right? We use personal care products. We drink tap water. We eat out. We drink coffee on the go. We're also living our lives very fast. We're like in the fast lane, and stress is also a toxin, right? So we need to think about all these things. It's a big umbrella. Now, what we need to think about, though, so that we don't feel overwhelmed, are the foundations. Let's start with the big things, right? Let's start with our drinking water. Let's invest in a water filter because tap water is not as clean as we think it is. It's loaded with heavy metals. It's loaded with pesticides, with radioactive particles. It has, birth control in it, PFAS. It has pharmaceuticals. It is a big source of toxins. And if we're drinking that every day, that's affecting our health. It's affecting our thyroid, all the chlorine in there, the fluoride, that affects thyroid health. And a lot of times, women's symptoms are rooted in thyroid issues or the thyroid struggling. Next, let's think about the air. We breathe 20,000 times a day. Now, if you are not purifying or filtering your air, you are essentially the filter, right? And on top of that, if you take into account mouth breathing, then you're really not filtering the air you're breathing because it's just going straight down your throat. The nose has the little hairs and all that stuff. But yeah, if you're not using an air purifier to filter your air, essentially you are the filter. The next one would be food. Let's be more mindful of the food we're eating. Let's try to not eat as much processed foods and prioritize organic. If you can't afford all organic produce, then make sure that you're looking on the EWG website and making sure that you're not buying the Dirty Dozen make sure that you're buying the fruits and produce on the dirty dozen as organic so that your exposures to pesticide, especially glyphosate, is lower. That is a very huge burden on your body and in your gut. Now, if you want to go further, then we have to tackle personal care products and bath and body products and cleaning products at home. That can be very overwhelming. And what I would say to that is start reading the ingredients label. And if you find fragrance in there, make sure that you stop using it and stop buying it when you do need to refill that product. Fragrance is a chemical cocktail. It can contain up to thousands of different chemicals that you don't even know what they are, and they're mostly petroleum-based. And a lot of these chemicals are hormone disruptors, and so we're seeing a lot of hormonal issues right now in women. And that can really have a huge impact, right, on future fertility and even like during perimenopause and menopause. These are the things that we need to watch out for. And this is not meant to scare you. This is not meant to instill fear in you. This information is meant to empower you to become a more proactive consumer, to know what you're putting inside your body and on your body, because that has the same impact as what we're putting in. Our skin is one of the largest organs in our body. And while it's a barrier, it is also a large absorber. I used to joke that our skin is a big mouth. Now, closing out, I just would love to encourage you to start reading labels, know what to watch out for so that you can become a better advocate for yourself, for your health, even for your families, because it will always trickle down. I hope you enjoyed this short talk and you're doing great. Don't get discouraged. Going toxic free is not a race, and you got this. Keep going.
Hi there, welcome. I am so excited to be here with you today at the Empower Her Summit. What an amazing way to start off 2025 than learning from the most amazing business leaders around. We are going to be learning strategies, tips, and tools to help us push our businesses further, faster. So I hope you brought a notebook, a pen, and some water to sit back and relax and take massive amounts of notes. I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered how much more you could achieve if your body and your mind were working for you instead of against you? What if constant fatigue, bloating, and brain fog weren't just something that you had to live with, but instead they were signals that could guide you towards lasting health and vitality? My name is Heather Hansen, and I am on a mission to help bold and determined business leaders like you uncover the root causes of hidden health struggles. With over 26 years of experience in healthcare and a personal journey of overcoming autoimmune disease, I've seen how these struggles can hold even the most driven women back. And today, I'd like to share with you how addressing root causes of these symptoms can help you transform your life and your health forever. Not long ago, I met a client, a powerhouse entrepreneur. She was frustrated by the same symptoms that you might be dealing with: endless fatigue, unexplained weight gain, and the feeling that her mind was slipping away just when she needed it the most. All of her daily activities were taking longer to accomplish than they ever had before, and she knew she needed something different. Her story is not unique, but the transformation that I experienced when we addressed her gut health, her hormones, her stress, and her mindset was nothing short of remarkable. And that's the kind of transformation and breakthrough I want for you. Today, I'm going to give you 3 tips to help uncover root causes so that you don't have to feel tired and sluggish all the time. The first thing that I'm going to invite you to do is be a detective. I'm sure we've all looked at analytics of who opens our emails, who is looking at our social posts. And today I want you to be a detective with your body. So in your notebook, I want you to journal the days when you're feeling like your brain is really foggy, when you get bloated, when you start feeling really fatigued. And I want you to write down, did I get enough sleep? Did I hydrate today? Did I even eat? And by writing down the days and times that you're having these symptoms, we can look at that and correlate different types of things that may be contributing to what's going on with you. I often find when I feel more tired, it's because I didn't do something that I normally do. Hydration is number one. The second thing that I would like you to do is pay attention to your stress levels. You need to have time in your day where you're decompressing. I understand we have very busy lives. It's really hard to get everything in. Everyone has stress, especially business owners. One thing we can control, even though we can't control the outside stress environment, we can control our perception of the stress and our reaction to the stress. So things that you can implement into your day to help with that perception of the stress are things like going for a walk, doing a few minutes of mindfulness, deep breathing, meditation. Those things will help you decrease your stress hormone cortisol, and they will also help you be able to balance your other hormones better. When you're not stressed, when your body's not stressed, when it doesn't think it's outrunning a lion or a tiger, your blood sugar is more balanced, your brain will work for you better. The third thing that I would like to talk about today is your gut. And the biggest thing that you can do to help support your gut is probably not what you think. It's actually sitting down when you're eating. So make sure that you are eating healthy most of the time, at least 80% of the time. Make sure that your food is as clean as you can get it. The next step is chew your food. Sit down, take 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes to be able to sit down and relax, chew your food so that you can actually break down your food better and be able to absorb your nutrients. It is so important to make sure that we're actually able to assimilate the food that we're eating. So if we're eating nutrient-dense food and we sit down and we chew it, we're going to be able to get the nutrients that we need for our body. Our gut is the center of our hormones working, our brain working, our immune system working. And so I've given you a few brief actionable tools to take. And I know we talked about these signals that our body is giving us signals, right? They're not just annoyances. However, these signals can be information that we can use to allow ourselves to find a way to a healthier lifestyle. So what I would like to do is have you recognize that stress is a sabotage of your body. You can prioritize your digestion and absorption by chewing your food, and you can track your symptoms to find out what might be causing some of your symptoms. So imagine waking up each morning with energy that lasts all day, with focus that sharpens your mind, and with a confidence that radiates through every aspect of your life. That's what I want. That future is not far away. If this resonates with you, I'd love to connect, and let's dive deeper into your unique health journey and create a plan for you, because you are individual. You can find me on my website at flourishnutritionaltherapy.com. You can also find me on Instagram or LinkedIn. I'd love to connect. I'd love to help you. These are just some basic suggestions that I've given you here today, but there is so much more. You do not have to live with fatigue, bloating, brain fog, and weight gain. There is a way out, and there is a way to more vitality. I hope to see you soon.
What if everything you've been taught about wealth is a lie? What if it isn't just for the lucky few or something you have to sacrifice everything for? Hi, I'm Jessalyn Pearson, and after 20 years of being in business and real estate, I've discovered that wealth isn't a privilege. It's a choice that starts with you. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how to break free from the myths that are holding you back from acquiring the financial freedom you deserve. And I'm going to guide you on how to consciously choose wealth without guilt or sacrifice. So stick with me and I'll show you the steps to turn your wealth dreams into your everyday reality. First, I want to break down why we don't choose wealth. We're generally not raised to think it's an option, or we're not educated to believe it's possible. A lot of times we feel like we don't deserve it, or that it's only for the lucky few. Or the big one that I had to struggle through was I had to work really hard for every dollar and sacrifice my family, time with my kids, to just make it all possible. And then when I did start to build my money, I started, well, wait a minute, I feel greedy and selfish. But I want you to know that this is false. It all comes from your upbringing, the teachers you learned from, your ancestors, your parents and grandparents, and stories you've heard along the way. But I want you to know you always have a choice. Whether you choose it or not, whether you are educated or given the knowledge or tools, doesn't matter. You still have a choice to choose wealth. So, do you really want to get wealthy? All you have to do is say yes. Okay, so you said yes to wealth. Let's get into the how. I'm going to share 3 steps on how to get you started. The first one is to figure out your why. Why do you want to be wealthy? Is it so you can spend more time with your kids, your family? Maybe it's to take care of aging parents, or get out of a job that you don't like, or away from a horrible boss. Maybe there's an unhealthy relationship you're in that you need to leave. Or you want to be an entrepreneur and follow your passion, start your own business and helping others out there. Maybe it's to leave a lasting legacy for your kids and your family. Or you want to give back in a big way. Whatever your why is, know that it is super personal. And you'll know it's your why because you'll feel it in your core. And it will motivate you to move forward on all the steps and the path you have to take to build that wealth. Okay, now you know your why. Let's define what wealth looks like to you. Years ago, I kept telling my husband that we need to have millions to live the lifestyle I want. And he'd ask me why, like, what does that look like? And I say, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I just know we need millions. And finally, years later, he just said, like, Jess, explain what a typical day, month, year looks like so I can understand why we need all this money. And so I'd say, like, well, if I'm just done with the day, I might want to take tomorrow off and go to the spa and just have a me day and not work. I said, I want to be able to go to the school with our boys for reading week or watch their presentations. I said, or maybe I just want to get on an airplane, go with a girlfriend for a weekend, or pack up you and the kids and let's go away for a week. So I want time freedom. And so he took that away and he went and ran numbers for us. And he come back and he goes, just so you know, this is what we need to live this lifestyle you want. And I was so surprised. I was like, that's it? I thought I needed like multi-millions to live the lifestyle I want. And so once I realized that, it was a huge eye-opener for me to just understand why I need to qualify what it is what I'm building something. So write out what wealth looks like to you. Maybe you want to spend more time with your kids and your family. What does that mean? Are you working 10 hours a week? Are you taking summer vacations off? Or both. Go for both. 10 hours a week and take the summer off. Whatever it is for you, break it down and be very specific so you know what it's going to take to get you there. Okay, so you know your why. You've defined what wealth looks like to you. Now you need to design a plan to get you there. We recommend creating a 90-day action plan. There's actually human psychology around how 90 days after that, humans lose focus. So we recommend creating a 90-day plan and then creating another 90-day plan to keep you going as you're building through your goals. Now, we also recommend don't overwhelm yourself. You don't want to be stalled out or delayed because whatever you had originally decided was too much for you to take on. We recommend bite size. Choose one action a day. And we recommend breaking whatever your big goal is, break it down into smaller goals. And under those smaller goals, create tasks, small actionables that you can pick at one at a time. You don't want to overwhelm yourself, and you want to make sure what you're doing is actually achievable. I'm going to recap what I shared today. First, wealth is a choice that starts with you. All you have to do is say yes and then put action behind it. 3 actionables I shared today is first, figure out your why. Why do you want to be wealthy? Once you've finished that, then you want to define what wealth looks like to you. Make sure to be specific and get granular with those details. And then thirdly, create an action plan, a 90-day action plan to start putting that into action for you. If you need support on your money mindset and wealth building journey, I'm here to help. Our 12-week program focuses on foundational elements such as your values, communication, your sleep at night factor, all before we roll into the wealth building strategies. For more insights, please tune into our podcast, Life by Design, available on all platforms. To learn more about us and what we do and how we can help you, please visit our website at discoverlifebydesign.ca. On there, you could also book a discovery call. We're here to help. Remember, wealth is a choice.